Woo! We good, we good. Y'all set, ready to go. I'm banging out videos today. What's up YouTube, Kyron back up in here with another video, and today we have life after fashion school, fashion college, whatever you want to call it. I figured I might as well touch base with you guys after the last video that I made over a year ago. I filmed it while I was in my internship portion of my program at Collège La Salle. I was interning at Silver League, which you guys know as Fernando's company. He also has a sister company called intern'd. So yeah, I interned over there. It was a great experience, and I just figured it was time to touch base a year later what I'm actually doing and how I'm applying the information that I learned at a fashion school slash fashion college. Perfect time, touch base. Let's go, let's get into it. So if you guys didn't know, I graduated from Collège La Salle last year in May. Thank God that I did due to the pandemic, because I don't even know how my experience would be otherwise, but I'm very grateful that I graduated at the time I did. If you guys aren't aware, Collège La Salle is specialized in a bunch of different fields. Not only fashion, they specialize in cuisine, hotel management, interior design, business, a whole bunch of different things. As far as a college slash CEGEP goes, because in Quebec they have a thing called CEGEP instead of college, and you receive a DEC once you graduate, or other types of diplomas, whatever that may be. I honestly felt like that was the best fit for me to do, because no one really knows what they want going out of high school, going into a college. So I decided to go to fashion because that's all I really knew. I just wanted to know what else I could do in fashion. So that being that, went to fashion school. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do up until near the end. I was interested in mainly consulting, anything related to marketing, social media, and yeah, that's about it. So consulting, social media, and a vast amount of marketing opportunity. Also styling was interesting to me too, but not consistently, because I feel like I like contractual styling as opposed to like being a stylist within a corporate brand. After graduating, I did have that feeling like everyone else had, where I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I kind of just took the summer off. I honestly took the summer off. I tried to find myself. I tried to figure out what's my purpose, as deep as that wants to go, like as people want to make it, but whatever. I did my internship, and then I just kind of took the summer as like my last summer away, off from a school, enjoying it with friends, whatever. So I took advantage of that. I did what I did, and then come September, October was kind of a turning point for me, because I got a lot of opportunities. I got a lot of personal opportunities. I worked with Foot Locker. I worked with Puma. I worked with a lot of bigger companies on a personal scale. So that was very eye-opening to me, that I could do things on my own. I don't need to be associated to a brand directly in order to have income and be stable. That was where I kind of went wrong. Doing all these personal jobs, it's kind of like you fishing for something, and it's not consistent. It's not like having a job or working a 9 to 5 or having a consistent cash flow of something that gives you income in order to back your ideas, back your everyday living, etc. So I reached this decision where I was like, do I apply the information that was given to me by an umbrella setting like a fashion school, where they kind of condition you to work in an element that is corporate? So a lot of the people that graduated from my school ended up working under like a, for lack of better words, like a generic shoe brand or a generic clothing brand, something that's very like accessible or fast fashion, things like that. That's something that didn't really appeal to me, but I realized that I was taught with that mentality. So I was like, do I apply this information that I was given and see how it works for me, and see if I actually do like it, or do I just skip all of that and just follow what I love and know already? So I reached that decision come September, October of last year of 2019, and I decided to just like say, screw it, let's do it. Let's try out their method. Let's try out La Salle's method of what it's like to be in the fashion industry, and kind of apply myself to a generic setting, but with my expertise. So a job position opened up at a company where I was able to do content development for their social media. It consisted of planning out posts, planning out content, developing content, styling. It was kind of a big package deal of everything that I wanted. So it sounded like a dream come true, and it was a lot of fun. I was honestly doing a lot of things that I've always wanted to do. The only problem was it was for a switch within a company. They were trying to make the switch to a more modern approach. They're trying to make the switch to a niche, which was kind of my niche, which is like interested in streetwear, interested in high-end fashion, but the brand's roots were not any of that at all. So it was very difficult to solidify that branding under an umbrella that had none of that at all. So all of that out of the way, it was very difficult. So things kind of went left near the end of the cycle. The company went bankrupt and it kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. So they kind of went bankrupt out of nowhere. It was a little before the pandemic and I was very like shooken up by the situation. I really didn't know what to do. They kind of just like, I had that same feeling where I was just thrown into a pool again. That happened and I was very like discouraged. I was like, what am I gonna do now? And honestly, I've learned through my family and what they've told me is that every negative thing that happens in your life, you have to think of it as an opportunity for a positive. And that's exactly what I treated it as. Like that horrible situation that happened to me, I used it and I was like, thank God I'm out of there now, because now I get to focus on my own personal jobs. And that little glimpse of opportunity that I was presented with in September, October, with going to do my first campaign shoot, doing this, doing that, working with Puma, doing my own personal stuff, working on collaborative projects, all of this stuff. So I much rather do that and know that I'm doing all that I can for my personal brand. And that's what I've been doing since I was 16, 17 at this point, especially with YouTube and just social media in general. So I feel like I should take advantage of the platform that I have and the mentality that I have and not get swindled by a school. And that's very notable of me. I feel like I felt like that was a very bright decision on my end, just because like I realized my worth at the end of the day, and I realized that everyone is different. No one is literally conditioned to be the same. Although a school gives you all of the tools and all of the knowledge on a baseline level, it's up to you what you take out of that. And that's exactly what I learned through going to school. And without that, I don't think I'd understand what I want to do today without that knowledge. And it's through trial and error. It's through figuring out that you don't like to do stuff, and you only know what you love to do by figuring out what you don't like to do. So without all of that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I do think that going to a college setting or just a school setting is valuable if you make it, or if you feel like that is good for you. I felt like it was great for me because that's the way I was told. I was like, I wanted to make my mom proud. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to show her that I was able to graduate, because she never had the opportunity of her, like she wasn't able to do that for herself. So I wanted to prove to her that I was able to do that. I did that, and now I'm doing what I do best and what I know best. So I took all that, I put it in a jar, and I was like, listen, like this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna listen to my gut, and I'm just gonna follow what I know best, which is working for myself. So that being said, you guys do not need fashion school, fashion college. You guys don't need that. You don't need to go into debt. You don't need to take out a student loan, drop 15 grand on a school just because you feel like that's the right thing to do. Don't have to do that, because we have the internet now. Okay, you don't have to do that, because you have everything available at your fingertips if you're able to apply yourself. If you want a school setting to kind of like present it to you and show you everything that there is out there, by all means, I feel like that's a great thing, and I kind of needed that in order to figure out what I didn't want to do. But if I had the know-how to just go and do it on my own, of course I would have done it. But at the same time, I wanted to make my family proud. I wanted to do all of that, so I don't regret it at all. But that being said, the internet is your best friend, people. I'm telling you, if you want to learn anything about fashion marketing and all of that, there's plenty of online courses that are a fraction of the price of a tuition of a school. So you can learn that online. You can learn that from plenty of areas, and I'm sure there's like things on Skill. I always get those people that do sponsored ads with Skillshare. Skillshare is a great platform. I wish they would sponsor this channel, because like honestly, for this video, that would have been a perfect fit. Skillshare it's basically like school on your laptop. So places like Skillshare, places like, not even places, but accounts, YouTube accounts, such as Fashion Archive and Bliss Foster, both of those accounts are such gems, people. You guys don't understand. You have to take advantage of the knowledge that is presented to you on the internet, because that's something that you don't get to find in the textbook. That's something that you don't get to hear out of a professor's mouth. That's something that they would never even present to you, because they don't have the modern day knowledge that a lot of us have. They don't have that 20-year-old mindset that is dated to now, what's going on in fashion right now. So I feel like that is that's like the best way of learning, in my personal opinion. it. I feel like listening to people that we have on the internet, people like Bliss Foster, people like the Fashion Archive, because they're going to teach you fashion from a journalism perspective, a fashion purist perspective, a fashion collection perspective, and those are all things, I'll tell you right now, I never learned any of those things in fashion school. Nothing. All I learned about was Karl Lagerfeld and freaking YSL. That's it. I never learned about Helmut Lang. I never learned about Margiela. I never learned about Phoebe Philo. I never learned about Laurent Vaughn. I never learned about any of these guys. I had to do all that on my own, and that's what you guys have to do. You have to take what you want to learn and learn it. Literally write down a list of everything you want to figure out and what you want to gain as knowledge. I personally find trying to learn one thing a day like makes you such, it opens your mind up to so many different things. So buy books, go online, listen to Bliss Foster and the Fashion Archives videos, and you don't have to go to school, honestly. But if you want to go, by all means do it. It's really a personal preference type of thing. I ended up doing both, and here I am making YouTube videos still. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. I don't really know if it was. If it wasn't, you guys let me know. I kind of just wanted to wrap things up on the fashion college topic, just because I felt like I left it on a bit of a loose end, because a lot of people were asking me, what am I doing now? I was doing content development. I ended that around January. So I ended that January. Up until then, I've been working for myself, and I've never felt better. I feel more motivated than I ever have. Summer has been a blessing for me. I'm trying to make the best out of the pandemic, of course. That kind of put a halt onto a lot of projects, but trust me, I have so much stuff on the way. You guys, like, I'm working my ass off. I'm trying to get some projects off the ground that I've been wanting to do for forever, and I'm just excited for you guys to take this journey with me, because that's all I ever wanted to do on this channel. I just want to document what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis and just present it to you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. My name is Kyron. Hopefully that was helpful in some way, shape, or form for you guys. But all of that being said, I hope you were able to take some little bit of information from that video, and it helps in your decision if you want to go to fashion school, or if you're just a bit lost in figuring out some knowledge for yourself. Just like a lot of things to digest. So take what you will from this video. Sound off in the comments below about anything that you want to chit chat about in regards to fashion knowledge, fashion education, everything like that. So feel free to sound off in the comments. I love discussing with you guys, especially when it comes to stuff like that. But all of that out of the way, my name is Kyron. You guys can find me on Instagram. GOTSWEIGE is where you can keep up to date with me more frequently. I post fit pics, this and that. That's where you can find on there, on that platform. And also like the video if you did, enjoy it, and subscribe if you're new. Peace.